Hello everyone, welcome back to Steel Forest Welding and Forge. Today my friends, I have a tool review for you. Today we're going to be doing a review of the 3/8 Accusize carbide insert turning tool kit. Alright, so let's go ahead and open her up. Now I did already open this before once already. Alright, so here it looks like they actually give us a formula for cutting speed for determining how fast we should be moving our machine. That's really nice. And our feed speed as well. That's a nice little chart to have. And the other side here, they tell us all the different numbers for replacing our parts, as well as a brief description of what each cutting tool does. So here we have some replacement screws in case we lose the screws on the carbide inserts, a tool for removing that screw, and an Allen wrench as well. All right, so let's go through what these are. This is a parting tool. This is an internal thread cutter. You can just have a cutting tool, let's see, this cuts from right to left, so this is a left cutting tool, I believe. Same here. I would imagine this is for making the cuts we see here, where it's kind of a negative angle, I guess you would call it. And we have another cutting tool. This is what I would believe would be a chamfering tool. This, I'm guessing, is a finishing tool. You can kind of see how this has a rounder contour than some of these other cutting parts. I would assume this is for cutting a finish. And this guy here, I am not quite sure what this is. I'm assuming another cutting tool. This is definitely a threading tool. And then last, we have our boring bar. All right, let's go ahead and get these set up in the quick change tool posts and get the lathe going. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to first face off this part, then we'll drill a center hole, and then with tail support, we'll make a long cut going this way, just to see how we get a finish on this, and then try parting it off, and hopefully I don't screw it up like I did last time. And a special thank you to one of my YouTube subscribers who sent me a message saying, you know, you're probably just cutting a little bit too slow. And another one who mentioned that I'm probably had too big of a piece without tail support, which is why I had that catastrophic failure while parting. Check my other Precision Matthew videos to check that out. I'll put the link down below. So today, I think what we'll do is we'll go with around 600 RPM. Well, look at that. I definitely had my center done very well. Wow, look at that finish. That is like a mirror. See, let's call it right there. You know what? After looking at this, I can see that my part's wobbling, and so is my lathe itself. I don't think I have my tailstock aligned properly to use it. So I think we'll do is we'll shut this off, we'll bring this back in, and we'll make a smaller cut. All right, that seems good. That is like a mirror. Now, part of this is probably thanks to that, again, that YouTuber who mentioned I was going too slow. But man, oh man, look at that. I mean, I'm about as amateur as it gets. And that looks pretty darn nice. Oh, looks like we haven't cut all the way down yet. That's okay. Let's go ahead. We'll move this in a little bit, and we'll make another pass. All right, this time, that finish wasn't quite so nice. Maybe I bit off more than I can chew. So I'll tell you what, we'll take one more pass, take out 40 thou. Let's see what that looks like. I'm not really sure why I'm not getting such nice results as I did that first time. You know, let's just take off 20,000, see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry. This whole time I've been wrong. So this should be in thousands. So this is 2,000s I'm taking off. Is it amateur hour? Yes. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to take one more pass here. This time I'm going to use the power crossfeed slide. We're going to be taking off 2,000ths of an inch. Ooh, that thing is hauling fanny. Wow, maybe I've been going too slow. Well, that certainly looks better. Yeah, and the problem there is that I just have been maybe going a little too slow. So after discussing with a coworker about what may be happening with this finish, he recommended slowing the machine down to about 400 RPMs and taking just as small of a cut as I can. So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and take off. This time we're going to take off 2,000ths of an inch. Right now we are at 400 RPMs. All right, there we are. Well, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I can just barely feel some ridges on there, but I mean, that's definitely nicer than it was before. So it looks like slowing that down a little bit did help. All right, next we're gonna part this off, which if you are familiar with my earlier video, you know I'm a little bit nervous. Let's go ahead and get that set up ready. All right, so here we go. So now this is this parting tool. Now, when I was looking at the reviews for this set, this was the one piece that a lot of commenters said that it broke on them. So hopefully that won't happen to me. We'll try and see what happens here. So I'm just gonna arbitrarily cut it off here. I've got everything tightened down. I've got my saddle locked down, and I'm going to tighten down my crossfeed here just a hair, just so you know there's not very much wobble. Okay, so I can feel like just a hair of resistance now as I turn that, and that's what I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and slow it down to something like 300, and let's give that a go. Wish me luck. You know what, there's one more thing I could do here. I'm going to lock down my compound slide as well. Seems like it's pulling it in or something. Something does not seem quite right. I think part of my trouble is my cross slide's a little bit too tight. So it seems like it doesn't go, then all of a sudden it goes, and it doesn't go, then it goes, and maybe I'm putting just a little bit too much tension on this, and it's causing it to just kind of move in jolts instead of moving in smoothly. So let's give that a try. See if that helps. It does seem to have helped. Well, would you look at that, folks? Successfully parted that off. No giant explosion today. All right, so just for fun, let's go ahead and just face this guy off. I thought I was recording, but apparently not. I'm just gonna put a little chamfer on this guy. The chamfering bit. Might as well use it since we have it. I gotta say, in comparison to the high-speed steel bits, that has a much nicer finish there. I mean, those high-speed steel bits, you could really catch your fingernail on those ridges left behind. This one, they're definitely there, but it's pretty gosh darn nice. That's probably just my skill level as a mechanic. All right, so let's go ahead and go over to the workbench, and I'll give you my final thoughts. So here are my final thoughts on this tooling kit. Would I recommend this tooling kit? Absolutely. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I mean, the results speak for themselves. I am as big of an amateur as you can be when it comes to machining, and I managed to put out a pretty nice part. You can compare this with the part that I put out in my first Precision Matthews setup video part 2, where I cut my first part, and this looks a lot better. Check the description down below if you're interested in that video. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get to try all the tooling today, but I am convinced, based on how well the ones that we did use performed, are going to perform at an excellent standard as well. The one that gives me a little bit of concern would be the boring bar. Now, admittedly, I have not put much research into boring bars, so this just may be how this tool sits. But if you can see from your perspective, this bit seems to be kind of slanted down slightly. Now, maybe that is how it's supposed to be. I don't know. We'll find out together in the future. So everyone, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for giving me those thumbs ups, and thank you for those comments. Please feel free to recommend what you would like to see in the future. If there's anything that you're curious about or you would like to see me review, or any techniques with welding or machining that you're interested in learning. So until next time, folks, work hard and stay humble.